I hope everybody's okay. Every time I start to feel good and whatnot, I have someone come piss on my parade, it seems. That reminds me of that song, Garden Party. I love the lyrics. You can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Hope everybody's doing okay. Thank you for the like. Damn, all of a sudden it went from 1 to 1 to 5 and 3. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. What's up, Sean, Margaret, Frankie? Good evening. I'd like to put something to a vote here. Right on. I got a question. Should I keep pouring money into this damn thing, putting engine treatment in it, buying bars leaking stuff, and I mean, I don't get it. I've got someone keeps telling me, and it's probably because I said, look, I'm going to find another engine or I'm going to end the mission. And well, try bar the other side. I've spent close to $1,000 in the last 2 months on that damn stop leak. Not just for this engine, but the one before. Mine, the original blown. And that shit just don't work in all engines. But because it's worked for someone else, man, they've been on my ass and just harping me and harping me and harping me. Y'all think I need to waste any more money putting that shit in here? Hang on one sec. I want to get a beer. But just 3 days ago, when someone, I just throw some stop leak in it and go on and make sure. I bought 2 more freaking bottles just last week, a few days ago. And I still have people tell me, Bo, just put stop leak. Am I going to be stupid to do that, or should I just throw away more money? I mean, I guess people don't believe that I'm mechanically enough inclined to know that it's got a bad block that sealer won't work. I mean, how many brands, how much money should I spend before people get off my ass about that? It don't make no sense. It make no sense at all to me. Well, I see nobody's answering the question. Hey, Mr. Greg. I guess maybe I shouldn't have rented this space and spent $100 on freaking sealant to see if I could make it wear. I think I've been beating that dead horse way too long. I'm a good for you, Corn Cob. How you doing? Damn, it started raining there. It's not raining here yet, but we're supposed to get storms Sunday, I think. It looks like we could have rain coming, though. Nobody wants to entertain the question whether I should dump more freaking sealant in here or not. I don't see the point. I even told him I'd rather spend another $100 buying a different damn radiator and putting in it than putting more chemical in the damn thing. But this person is convinced that this engine is just absolutely fine and I'm stupid and it's a radiator. And if I change the radiator or clean the radiator and put block sealer in it, it's going to be fine. It's not a tiny house. Thank you, Margaret. I don't think I should either. Yep, here come the trolls. What do you mean, here comes the trolls? I didn't see no trolls before you said, here comes the trolls. Who was trolling? None of them was trolling. Yeah, that's not a tiny house at all. That's a mobile billboard. Look, it's watching you. See the eyes? He's got your eyes on you. Yeah, I know. I spent $50 putting chemical to clean out the damn radiator. Because at one time people thought, oh, well, it's the radiator, yada, 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 clean the radiator. And I clean and flush the radiator. And it's like, oh, add more sealant. And I'm like, man, I see sealant after I even flush the radiator. There's sealant on the radiator, the new radiator cap. And so, shit, just put more sealant in. I'm sealing out. I'm just tired of doing it. I'm tired of chasing everything. Well, I feel the same way, Mr. Greg. I understand. I bought a shit engine that's got a cracked block. I mean, hell, I went to the trouble of swapping the heads. I know it's a cracked block on the driver's side, but people don't think I have enough fucking sense to know that. And I know that. And I have enough sense to know that block sealer works in some vehicles, but not all. It depends where the crack is and everything. But I still now have bubbles in the radiator and shit. I know it's got a cracked fucking block. And I tried the chemical thing on this a couple of times. This engine's cost me $300 probably in chemicals. The others was from the other engine and shit. But fuck, you add it all up. This $700-800 worth of this stupid. It's not cheap. And you can't buy one little bottle for a 4-cylinder engine or a 5-gallon radiator. If you're going to do it, you got to buy 2 bottles. And it's just fuck. Money grow on trees. Hell, I spent almost enough in sealant to replace an engine. But I'm the bad guy, and I'm a hothead, and I don't listen. And that comes from friends. Well, I'm glad most of you agree with me that, I put enough through it. I even sent a picture to him and said, man, I found a radiator new for $129. I would much rather spend $129 on a brand new radiator than a couple bottles of that stupid junk. Yeah, change the air filter to be okay. I know the problem is out of gas. No, wait, I just put $100 in it. It better not be out of gas. It's not a camper either. It's a mobile billboard. When you can admit that, then cool. But you can call it a tiny house. You can call camper, RV, what the hell ever you want to. But it's not. There's no freaking camping. There's no RVing going on. It's a mobile billboard. See, I can't even get people to get that through their head. They want to keep trying to convince me it's a camper, a tiny house, and an RV. It's none of the above. Heavens high. There ain't no fixing it because it cost me more to take it out and weld it. And hell, I found 3 different engines, all from the same guy. Sounds good, everything, races cars and shit. Has a skid steer. Says, man, you can check anybody, la-di-da. I don't sell shit, yada yada. I do buy motorhomes and stuff, take the engines out, make a couple dollars on them, and keep my race cars and shit going. I mean, sounds like a good, nice guy. $1,000. There's one already pulled, or I can come pull one out of two different RVs that are there. The one that's pulled has 41,000 miles on it. The one that isn't pulled has 60,000. The third one, I don't know. The only trouble is they're 300, 350 miles away from me. So it's not only 1,000 for the engine, but how the hell am I supposed to get 350 miles away and back? No, and you've said that before, and you're beating a dead frickin' horse. It would cost me way more money to weld that lock and sleeve it or anything else. Hang on, maybe I can get you an estimate. I know I can get a complete running engine for $1,000 and not have to pull the block and put it back in and all. That's all work on me, which I don't charge myself nothing, but let's just see what Google says. What would the average cost be to have a 454 block pulled, welded, a crack, and put back in? $2,500 to $5,000. With many exceeding $3,500 to $4,000. The high cost is due to the labor machine of removing the engine, stripping it to the bare block. You got to take your pistons out. You got to do everything to do that engine right. And it's just stupid to do that. Labor, pull and reinstall 12 to 35 hours, depending on, welding, 500 to 2,000. Gaskets and fluids. Repair versus replace. Because of the high cost of labor, buying the remanufactured, well, I'm not buying a remanufactured. That's roughly $4,000. Welding success. Welding to a cast block must be done professionally to prevent further stress fractures. And it all depends on the severity of the crack and where it is. But in other words, the average cost is $3,000. I think I'd rather just then I swear I hear something talking in the background, somebody saying something or whatever, but they ain't nothing turned on. Ooh, we got a black cloud just come in. Yeah, I mean, hell, and I'm not going to lie to nobody and say I'd weld a block. I mean, I can weld. I've welded things together. Hell, when our sign shop, we made signs and stuff. And, I can weld some angle iron together and stuff, but I'm not going to pretend I could weld a block on an engine. I don't have a welder, I don't have the magnet to find out where the weld is and all that crap. Oh, yeah, there's rain all around us, I guess. Wind's coming in. I think I'm the lone Mohican here. Yep. It looked like somebody leaked something here before. I didn't come in that way, so that wasn't me. Oh. But I just thank y'all. I appreciate y'all answering about the block seal thing. Well, Tiffany, that's what I I tried to express to the person that, if I get another engine, I was going to ask like let's say I could go get it from the guy that's got 3 of them. Well, he's talking about 2 complete motorhomes there. Well, hell, he might have a P30 radiator one that fit. And of course, I'd ask him if I could buy it. But I looked it up on the internet, and hell, I can get one. I can literally get one for $129. That's in real good shape. 41,000 miles. But I guess they didn't bother reading that shit, I'm wrong, they're right. Well, I'm not going to say they're full because they do know a lot about engines and stuff. I'd never call the person a fool. I'd never call the person a fool, and I'd appreciate if you don't call them a fool. It's just, I asked them to just leave me alone, and text after text after text. I hate that when, and then they're, well, you're just so mad. And yeah, when I ask someone to please, and the word please, just leave me alone for a little bit, and then they got to continue on and just throw it at you, throw it at you, throw it at you. It's like, dang. If I didn't like the person so much, I would have blocked them and said, you know what? I don't never care to hear from you again. They're about as aggravating as Doug is sometimes. But I still hope Doug's my friend. We talk. He's a good guy and all. And I hope my relationship with this person is the same. But by God, sometimes people get on one, and I don't know why I'm the fall guy, but I don't like it. You're stupid to say the only thing you can do is get another billboard. You're very stupid to say that. You got one you want to give me, stupid? You got one that I can get for $1,000, stupid? Because this one runs. It's got almost 200,000. It runs great. It needs $1,000 engine. And I'm supposed to throw everything away because I want to go buy someone else's problem maybe? That's going to, you buy anything $1,000, it's not road ready. Then you tax, tags, and license. So you're talking $2,500 before you could even put it on the fucking road. And you idiots keep saying you ought to just get another one. Yeah, give me one. I'll take it. But hell, you know how hard it's going to be to try and get up $1,000 to put another engine, let alone another fucking RV? Good luck. Watch. You'll see how hard it is to get up enough to get an engine, let alone another RV. Yeah, Vote America. It's got a crack block. I know this, and if people want to help me get another engine, that's cool. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You know what I mean? If the journey ends because I can't get an engine, oh fucking well. I've tried my best for 12 freaking years out here. And I just don't know. Would you quit freaking saying I need to take it, strip it down, and go? You're stupid. You're stupid. One more time you tell me that stupid bullshit, I'm timing you out for a long time on my channel. How many times did I tell you? You sound like a fucking idiot. I just told you and proved to you that's $2,500 or more. The best option is to get another engine or not do a damn thing. Well, I don't think most of them are idiots. The same guys told me twice to weld it. Most other people aren't idiots. So you don't like it, just stay away. because I would have, if I thought there was any comments and stuff that people need to take away, don't you think I can fucking do it? So why they're pissing you off and not me, I don't know. Don't tell me or my mods how to run this damn channel. You don't like it, come back later, or don't come back at all. No, I'm not trying Silver Seal or any of that stupid shit. Oh, the idiot says welder again. Goodbye. 30 minutes. Tired of your bullshit. And if you don't come back, oh, fucking well, you weren't a friend anyway. No, I mean, I even showed them on Google. You've got to take the block out. That's going to cost me a tow truck. Who the fuck's going to lift it out? So you're talking $100 minimum to have a tow truck lifted out. Then I've got to work my ass off taking the pistons out and the crankshaft and everything and bear it down to a bare block. I know. I've called the machine shops. I know exactly what the fuck it takes. So now I have all my piston, everything. You might as well rebuild the fucking engine. Who the hell wants to go through all that to weld the damn block? It's stupid. I don't care if Harbor Freight's giving fucking welders away. What don't you understand that I would not try to weld this? I'm not that stupid. There's a 50-50 chance you go to all the trouble of pulling it, stripping it down, and paying to get it out and everything, take it down to the machine shop, and what if they say it can't be welded? They can't get to the crack. Then you're just fucked. Buying another engine, but you've done spent what? How much? $1,000 to get to where you say, we can't weld that? Oh, I know. Just go buy a cheap welder and have a monkey weld it for you, because it don't matter. Anybody can go to Harbor Freight and buy a welder and weld that crack up. At least I'm smart enough to know I won't do it. Just like I wouldn't take that damn head bolt out of the block. Some head bolts, if you're not in the block and stuff, yeah, I'll take them out. No big deal. If you have to tap it and then retap the hole and all, no big deal. But in a damn block, it's a big deal. At least I'm smart enough not to do that. And what'd I do? I got it done through O'Reilly's. Anybody say yippee, yippee, yay and great about that? Oh, no. I mean, it's great on O'Reilly's, but you know what I mean? At least I pursued that and got it done. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'd still be sitting there with a damn thing in the block. I'm smart enough not to do something that I don't know how to do. Can I weld a tailpipe up in something? Yeah. Will I weld a block on a fucking engine that you don't even know where the crack is? No. That's stupid. Who's going to buy the magnetometer to put on the block? I mean, first of all, if I do it myself, you still got to take the engine out. There's $100 on a tow truck. You got to strip her down. Then you got to put the Magnaflex in the magnet, which the magnet's going to be what, $100 or better? Then the flex stuff, and then you got to check the block. And guess what? If it's where you can't get a welder, you can't repair it. Yeah, I should just have all this money that I shit and go do that. You know what I mean? I'm tired of spending bad money. Oh no, Tiffany, I'm supposed to go buy a cheap welder at Harbor Freight, according to the idiot. Good evening. I know it. I know Jesus will make a way. People just want to piss, moan, and wipe me instead of just thinking, What the hell's wrong with spending $1,000 and buying another engine? If nobody wants to fucking help, oh, no big deal. What are we at 10? I can wait another 20 days and probably buy the son of a bitch myself. Although I can't get 300 miles to do it. But you know what I mean? It don't make no sense to try and spend a couple $1,000s to fix a block. Not when you can get a complete running engine with 41,000 miles on it, probably half of what this engine's got on it. It makes more sense to me. to buy $1,000 engine. It's got half the mileage of this one, and runnable, key ready. And yes, it's me trusting another person like I did the one I got this engine from. But you know what? Sometimes that's what you got to do in life. And I talked to him for 15 minutes. He sounds like a really good guy, a straight up guy. He races cars. He buys motorhomes and motors and stuff and sells them, makes a little bit of money on it. That's his racing money and stuff. I mean, he sounds legit and up and up, you know? But then again, it could be a lying asshole fool. Nobody knows. But I'd much rather chance spending $1,000 with that person than to go to all the trouble pulling the block, pulling the pistons and everything out of it, getting it to a machine shop. Which one am I supposed to do? Carry it there? You know, you're talking hundreds of dollars to see if they can fix it. I don't see throwing that out. No, I don't. If it was that easy to fix, it looks like the sealer would have fixed it. I'm just saying. Hey, Mr. John. Someone being like Doug, not Doug, but someone being like Doug to me today. And, you know, I'm the hothead. I don't listen. I this, that, and the other. And I'm so tired of hearing that from anyone. God, if I was that bad, why are y'all on my channel? You know, I know every once in a while I'll blow up, I'll go off or something like that. But you know what? The shit that I got messaged me today and all, a dog didn't deserve that. And they call themselves my friend. People aren't just trying to help me on her. If they were, they would find some cash and they'd put on the Cash App. No, people aren't just trying to help me on her. That's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, no, it's not a crackhead. No, please, Ed. And I consider him as a friend and all, and I'd like to keep considering him as a friend. But by God, any one of y'all, when I ask you to please stop, because I'm getting to that point that, you know, fuck it. If someone really feels that way about me and whatnot, I'm done. I'm done. I'm really done of trying to kiss people's ass to keep them my friend. I'm really done with that. You know, like Doug. I finally broke down with Doug, you know, and told him, look, I'm tired of this stupid shit on my channel and whatnot. He went away for 3 or 4 days. He comes back, and I think things are cool. I hope things are cool. I wanted earlier for the person just to leave me alone. I even tried to break it up and say, hey, have you ever seen the movie Dirty Grandpa? That's a funny damn movie. I'm trying to sit here, drink a beer, and watch the movie. And even asked him, you know, please leave me alone. And what a bad guy, how up, and this. I'm done with that shit. Have y'all seen Dirty Grandpa with Robert De Niro? That's a pretty damn funny movie. Kennedy, I'm going to do just good. And you know the funny thing about it is, the person I'm talking about don't have one penny in any one of my repairs here. They don't have one penny in buying this engine. They don't have one penny in anything that I repaired on this engine. But by God, they sure got an opinion of how I'm doing things wrong. And if it was them, they do this, that, and the other. I could understand if it's somebody that donated $100, $200 or whatever for this engine, and they want to tell me, hey, you should do this or this, you know, I chipped in. But this person didn't chip in a damn thing. And my own opinions and stuff is worth nothing. Not if this is the way people are going to treat me. You know, when I come off the road, if people treat me good and whatnot, yeah, I'll stay doing lives and stuff, not every day and whatnot. But if people want to keep treating me like shit, no, I don't want to even be on this mission no more. Sometimes the way the people treat me, especially the ones that I consider friends, you'd be amazed how I get treated by people sometimes. And it's just, by God, if your friends treat you that way, what the F? Well, they're not. This person is not an idiot. So, if you're talking about the other trolls and stuff, fine. But the person that I'm referring to today, please, he's not an idiot and not a crackhead. None of that. I've told y'all a dozen times now. It's a friend, and I really don't appreciate anybody calling my friends names. Just like if they was to call you names, I'd tell you, look, I may be a little pissed at them. And I'm telling you what's going on with me today, but I'm not calling them crackheads and stuff like that. So please, if I tell you it's a friend, don't call them names. I would really appreciate that. Like Doug. I didn't want nobody to call him names or nothing. It was just the way Doug is. You know what I mean? And this is kind of the same way. This is the way the person is. But no, he's very intelligent. He's not a crackhead. He's not a loser. He's not none of them. So please don't refer to this conversation that I'm telling y'all about as anything but a friend. I'd appreciate that. Because I really don't like seeing people call them names because I don't feel that way about them at all. I just feel maybe they got something going wrong in their life, like Doug. Normally he only comes on and does that stupid shit when he's been drinking. And there's another person when, for whatever reason, meds are wrong, whatever. I don't think they drink no more, whatever. But every once in a while, they come on here and give me some shit, and I got to time them out and stuff. That's cool. And I'm hoping this is the same way. They're going through something I don't understand, don't know, and I'm the one they're taking it out on. Which I even put that to them. That's no excuse to take this shit out on me. And it's not. But the only people or person I've got to talk to are you guys here on this live. And that's the only reason I'm mentioning any of this. Y'all are my family. I'm not hiding nothing from no one. It's not like I got a friend, a partner, someone here I can talk to about shit like this. And I figure y'all don't mind me airing out some stuff. I'm not saying who it is, but I look at each and every one of y'all and more of my family and stuff instead of just a bunch of strangers on the internet. So please, if I tell you I'm telling you a story about my friend, refrain from the name calling. Your ex-wife's a stripper? Why'd you make her ex-wife? It's a 454 Chevy big block. No, Mr. John, what I'm talking about is not a troll. No, you weren't here when I was talking about it. It's a friend that keeps telling me I need to keep pouring engine treatment in the damn thing. And just like I showed the bottle, hell, I just spent $80 in treatment the other day. I mean, how many hundreds and hundreds of dollars am I supposed to try putting treatment in this damn thing? It don't work. Well, I've had it work on I don't care if you had it work on yours. This crack is different or something. I don't know. But it's not like I ain't tried. That radiator has to be new now or replaced. It's had so much fucking garbage in it that there's no way I'm going to go get another engine and not put another radiator in here. No fucking way in hell. But I found a radiator new for $129. So, I mean, hey, a radiator's not going to be that super bad. Getting the engine is. I found 3 of them. They're all at the same spot. 2 of them have 60,000 right about. The one has 41,000. It's out. Trouble is, it's 330 miles or better from me. So I got to have someone that can go 600, 700 miles to pick up an engine and bring it back. I can't rent a U-Haul or nothing. Hell, I can't even rent an Enterprise car and put it in the trunk. Unlimited mileage, a couple dollars a day. Hell, yeah, that'd be the way to go. But I don't have a credit card to rent a car. I don't know anybody that's going to go rent a car for me. Put the credit card out so I can rent the car. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that's willing to drive a couple hundred miles, throw an engine in the back of a pickup or something and bring it here. I thought Daniel might be able to do something, but he ain't got the time. I didn't ask him to do it for free. I asked him what he'd charge. But if he don't have the time to get the bus engine out and drive out here and whatnot, I understand. He probably ain't got the time to drive 330 miles, or who knows from his house. It's probably closer to him. I don't know. He's in Wichita, Kansas. This is in the northwest corner of Missouri, basically. So, U-Hauls no out of it. It's going to cost me as much to rent a U-Haul and go do it as it would be the engine. But still, hey, you'd have a good engine for $2,000 maybe. But I don't know. What? Fuck you and you're grumpy. Take 30 minutes with your fucking I'm grumpy. And you don't like that? Get the fuck off my channel. Now, you want to see grumpy? Thank you. Oh, the dirty grandpa was cool. Oh, bad. I got to see that one next. I don't know what you're talking about. I pissed Will off. Why do you want to come on here and start stupid shit? Thank you. Hey, howdy, I'd appreciate anything we could come up with. Hello. Wow. Wow, Margaret, I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. It probably just went out of warranty too, huh? Damn. Things are made to break right after warranty. Oh, you're all right. Timothy, you're all right. Yo, Big Mike. Freedom. I'm not going to put a radiator in and forget about it. I'm not going to put no damn sealant in the fucking engine or nothing. I'm going to replace this engine with or without help, or I'm quitting the mission. Or somebody's going to donate a motorhome. What the fuck don't y'all understand about that? You can't take my fucking word that that engine has got a cracked head? What the fuck? Brother, I'm currently here in oh hell, I don't even know the name of the fucking town. I put it down earlier. All these idiots fucking telling me to fucking just put a radiator in and seal it and shit. That's just fucking stupid. Bragg City. Bragg City. I'm in Bragg City, Missouri. Man's not broke down every time. You're a fucking idiot. Goodbye. Nothing, Michelle. Nothing. Got a lot of idiots on here while I'm talking telling me to just put another radiator in it. That engine's going to be fine. Nope, it's not. It's not. And I'm not going to put another radiator in it and have all that shit from this engine go into a new radiator and stuff, or put more sealant in it. That's fucking retarded. That's why I got to buy another radiator. Tell me how any of that makes sense. You talking to me? When you saying how your day been, are you talking to me or Timothy? Because you asked Timothy what's up. It's a cracked block. I'm sorry if I said head. Yes, yes, yes. If we get another engine for this, I'm definitely buying that $129 radiator and put in there. Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? I know 1,000% for sure the fucking block is done in this engine. It needs to be in a machine shop. Going to cost way more than I'm willing to put into it or the labor to do it. Why wouldn't I just go ahead and spend another $130 and put a new radiator in it too? That way, the new engine or the new used engine, the one like the one's got 41,000 miles on it. Why would you want me to hook up this old radiator to it? You know what I mean? So I would replace both. There is no place yet close to me with a motor. And if I can get some people to look for one, that's great. I don't have Facebook Marketplace. So I really can't look and stuff. And, I'm getting to the point I don't want to ask nobody for nothing no more. Because then I'm the bad guy all the time. And I'm getting tired of it. The one I found, he's got 3 of them. One's out, ready to pick up. He's got a skid steer, and stuff. He could just throw it right in the back of a pickup. That one has 41,000. The other 2 are still inside the RVs. He hasn't pulled them yet. I can have any one of the 3 that I want for $1,000. And he'll load it and all. The hardest part is to try and go get it. It's 300 and some miles. Oh, yeah, I was told to just put stop leak in it and try and inch my way up there. How in the fuck am I going to go 8 and 10 miles every 3 or 4 hours and go 330 miles? Does that make any sense to do that or to even try that? It don't to me. Lord, please help it make sense. Look, there's my baby girl. Hey, Eddie. Lilu says hi. She's hiding here behind me. Man, I was happy until, later on in the afternoon when all that shit started. I've been pretty much happy today until that shit started. It's like, damn. Reminds me of that song. You can't please everyone, so I'm going to start pleasing myself, I guess. What's a good deal, John? I think both. I think the engines are a great deal for $1,000. That's about what you could hopefully find one, three to choose from, whatever. It's the expense to get there and back. I'd have to come up with a couple of grand, 1 grand for the engine, and another grand to rent a U-Haul. Remember when I rented the U-Haul and went 150 miles or so? Yeah, it's 70 some cent a mile, 300 miles there, 300 miles back. It adds up. But yeah, if we could work up 2 grand, hell, I could drive there with a U-Haul. I'd drive there the one day, pick it up, whatever, pull one, whatever, and drive back the next. But yeah, I don't have that type of money. And that's why when people say, well, just pull the block and have it, well, I ain't got that type of money. And I don't have the heart or nothing to do that. I know better than pull the block out of here. There's $100 to take it out, $100 to put it in. There's $200 right there. It's not that I'm scared of work, but I don't want to take all the pistons and the crankshaft and everything out of that damn block. It's stupid. If you was going to do that, you might as well just buy a rebuild kit and go ahead and put new bearings and shit in it. Oh, but of course, I don't know shit about engines. I'm just a dumbass. Lilu says, hi back to you. Mr. Josh Part, was you talking about a good deal? I think a radiator for $129, that's from Part Geeks. I think that's a great deal. I didn't know you could get a new one for that. I figured maybe 50, 75 at a junkyard. But, hell, if you can get a new one for $129, then I damn sure wouldn't put one drop of sealant in it. Not just to see if, like the person suggests me, go get a radiator, put sealant in it and see if it seals in. Why the hell would I buy a new radiator and put any sealant in it? That don't make no damn sense to me. Just none. That's why I get fed up and stuff, yet I'm the angry one and the stupid one. Good evening, Daniel. Hey, Daniel, you're a mechanic. I trust you. I know you're a mechanic and working on. Hey, you go out, you buy a brand new radiator. Don't have no stop leak in it, never has or nothing. Yes, it's cheaper than buying an engine and shit. You go out and spend $129 and you have a radiator and you put it in. And then you immediately go down to the store after you put it in and you buy some fucking block sealer and pour it in the brand new radiator and start the engine and hope that it seals it up. Would you do that? No, I don't do nothing on TikTok because the trolls, every time I go live or try and ask for help or anything, they report my videos and boom, my live gets taken away. That's why you don't see me on TikTok. See, I got to go against all these other fucking obstacles that people don't even think about. Hell, if people didn't fuck with me, on here or on TikTok, fuck, we'd have a lot of things. We'd have a running motor, maybe even a new one. But because I get fucked with all the time, there's no chance in hell for me to get ahead. Well, thank you guys, because that's why someone's mad at me. Daniel, you've seen, you don't know me that well, but do you think that I'm knowledgeable enough to decide whether there's a crack in this engine or not? You do engine work. You know what I'm talking about. Now, had I not took the left head and put on the right and the right head put on the left, I would say 50-50, yada yada. But remember, I switched the heads. Problem stayed the same. That head over that way, that did never leak, nothing. And swapping the heads didn't change a thing. That tells me it's in the fucking block. It still has bubbles coming up in the radiator. That tells me it's in the fucking block. What would your diagnosis be? Okay, just like me, we got to this, and you seen bubbles in the radiator, right? And you say, "Oh, head gasket." You do a head gasket job, but you deliberately switch heads, trying to make the problem switch to the other side. If it was a warped head or something, it would. You might get lucky and it sealed, but it would. But if the problem exists still, the same exact problem, no oil in the water, no water in the oil, gas is still coming up in your radiator, what would you diagnose that as? Oh, Margaret, it's okay. The good Lord's gonna provide. You know, he's going to provide. You know, there's someone out there that knows that shit comes back to them even more when they help others and whatnot. You know what I mean? Someone's going to come through. The good Lord's going to. I just got to go through this aggravation with the devils and shit, you know, or the devil, you know. That's all. The devil wants me to quit. What don't you understand? I've put in hundreds of dollars of block sealer in this block. I've run it hours at idle and driving down the road, and it hasn't sealed up yet. How many more hundreds of dollars should I try and do that until it finally gets hot enough that I have to put another engine in? I mean, how many times am I supposed to repeat the same stupid thing? Thank you, Vote America. I know. I just thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, I'm not going to quit, John. It's people like this just makes me want to work harder and harder for it. I mean, I wish like hell I knew where I could go right now and work and make a grand. You know, I don't mind working or nothing, but I'm fighting against people that's trying to ruin the mission. You know, doggone, if I bet you if the trolls would left my ass alone on TikTok, it wouldn't take 72 hours and I'd have the money off of TikTok. Maybe 48. But that can't happen. I can't be treated like a regular person in this world. You know, they hate my name and shit. And all they got to do is go and report and boom, it's gone. You know, I don't, shit, last couple times I wasn't on there 5 minutes. They can't do shit on YouTube here. They're pissed off. And every time I go on to TikTok, that's what I got to put up with. And I blame it more on TikTok than the asshole trolls because they let them do it. But what can you do? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. I like my comment. I would pin that comment. Thank you so much. It is insanity to keep trying the same thing and expect different results. I mean, come on. How many bottles, how many different brands, how many hundreds of dollars do I have to keep trying for a stupid block sealer? Because it's worked for me before. Maybe you don't have the devil breathing down your neck like I do. You know, I don't know. What do you mean? What's going on in 10 days? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it'd be great if AAA would pay the debt and shit. Oh, Vote America. I have Cash App. I have PayPal. I have Chime, and I have a GoFundMe. And when I tell people that, you know what they say? Damn, I wish you had Venmo. That's all I got. And that's what normally happens. I mean, I could go back if I knew the days on the live and show you exactly that. Oh, it's all right, John. To me, I love the statement, but the petition's more important. But I love that statement. I mean, that's how I feel. I've been chasing this fucking tail for what, months now? I bought a bad fucking engine. Move on. You know? And most of the people that are talking about, complaining about whatnot, didn't put one fucking penny in. They didn't put in 1 minute of labor. But man, have they got the shit to tell me about. That's what I don't like. You're an idiot, in my opinion. Take a time out. If 5 minutes don't work, come back with your dumb bullshit and I'll make it 24 hours. And if that don't work, I'll just get rid of you. Ah, Mr. Sean, it's going to be all right. Putting up with some idiots tonight on the internet. Of course, you know that's going to happen. And oh, heaven forbid if I put up that I need $1,000 for an engine and a ride to go get it. Because, oh, man, then they're really going to come out. That's why I put his dumb ass in a timeout, Daniel. But none, I'm not going to say none, but there's a lot of people on this damn thing that don't think that I'm a mechanic. I don't claim to be a mechanic because there's a lot better ones than me. But I can rebuild this fucking engine. Rebuild it from the ground fucking up. I guarantee you I can do that. And I think you know enough about me, Daniel, that, you know, but I know what I can do and can't do. I don't want to take and extract something out of a block if I can have someone else do it. That if they screw up, they're responsible for that block. You know as well as I do, being a mechanic, it's easy to slip. The drill bit go off or something, go in a water jacket, you fuck the block. Hey, if that company did that, boom, they would have had to got me a new block. But the same people bitching at me that I'm not doing this tell me, man, that was great. You got O'Reilly's to get that down there, man. That, you know, no, they bitch about the other stuff. It fucking drives me insane. I don't know why, but it does. I should have never, ever, ever at one time come on here and ask anyone's opinion on a job. I should have never done that. I don't let people know that I know about mechanics because most people want you to do something for them for free. But you give me anything from a 73 older and I will tear that son of a bitch down to the crankshaft and rebuild it back up. And anybody that don't think I can, put your fucking money where your mouth is. I told y'all the story about why I don't call myself a mechanic. I don't know if anybody remembers or not, but if you don't, would you like to hear it again? Why I don't call myself a mechanic? Tell me that you want to hear that story, and I'll tell it to you. What's my chime? My chime is my email. Let me look it up. Because I have 2 emails. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it, by email, if I remember right. Damn, I got 9 notices. Oh. Oh. Let me see. Well, hell. Where you at? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's my email, which is 420jimjacapoo@gmail.com. That's 4, the number 4, the number 2, the number 0. JimJackapoo@gmail.com. It should read 420jimjacapoo@gmail.com. Or you can take a screenshot. 420jimjacapoo@gmail.com. I think that's what it goes by. Um, Let me ask Google. If someone sent me once, and I think they said to use your email. How do you send money to someone on Chime? Phone number or email? If we're friends or whatever, you can just do it that way, I guess, like Cash App. Here, I'll show you this. Fuck. Keeps wanting me to unlock the screen. Home. I don't know where it would be on home. Not that. View. $420Jim is my name, and that's about all I know. Oh, I understand that, Sean, and you're not bearer of bad news. You ain't bearer of bad news, just like Walmart ain't going to do a damn thing until I beat this case and I take their ass to court. But you know what? When that happens, I'm going to remember who my friends are. When I collect that Walmart check, I'm going to remember who my true friends are. You can bet on that. But you're absolutely right. Just like Good Sam's, they're not going to do shit. But I'm going to have a lot of fun with Allstate and National General Insurance. Yep, they're sister companies with them. I got 3 Calvins there. Good Sam's, Allstate, and fucking National General. Yep. 4 different insurance companies that Calvin's pissing on. That ought to get a little attention. Yeah, that's true, Sean, and I'm not crying about that. I took all responsibility on that. Oh, crate engine would be lots of money. This guy's got one 41,000 miles on it. He's got another one sitting in the RV. I think he said it has 60,000. That I could go in it and throw a little gas in the battery in it and turn the key and it'd fire right up. Approximate cost on a 454 big block Chevy crate engine. Crate engine. You got 6,000 to 15,000 somewhere between that I can have. Can you put on your credit card and let me make payments? I mean, that works for me. If you can get it on your credit card and let me make payments, yeah, I can pay up to $200 a month. But that's all I can do. If I knew somebody that could fucking finance me and do that, I'd do that in a heartbeat. But I don't have it like that. We've been talking about this, day 2? And yesterday we was talking about if all my friends or all my subscribers sent $1 to Cash App, we could have more than enough. Yeah, Frankie sent me $1. No one else. Frankie sent $1. Thank you, Frankie. Right on, Crosswords. How you doing, my brother? I don't know if you've heard, but this engine is gone. It definitely has a cracked block. There's people that don't believe that or don't believe me. They want me to keep putting sealant in it and all, but my radiator's got so fucked. I'm going to have to replace it too. So I don't want to keep chasing the dragon like some crackhead smoking crack. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be done right. I've got to put another radiator and another engine in it. You know, that's it. I'm done with this one. I don't want to put another fucking 10 minutes working on it anymore. I don't want to bust my knuckles, cut my arms and stuff no more, chasing a fucking crack block. You know, I changed the heads, put them on the other side just to make sure and all, and I'll put a $100 bill to anybody that wants to say that I don't know what I'm talking about. Bring your $100 bill. I guarantee you that's got a cracked fucking block. So, and I can't get that, just weld it. I don't know how to weld an engine block. What if you can't get a welder into it? And then you've got to pull the engine, you got to pull the pistons, you've got to strip the block to take it to a machine shop and have it done. And people don't realize, they think it's so easy. It's going to cost me $100 to get it lifted out of here. I don't know nobody that can lift that block out of here. Then I got to strip it down. Find a place to keep the pistons and the bearings, everything safe and dry and whatnot, until it goes away to a machine shop. It gets fixed in a week or two, maybe. Good $1,000 to $2,500. And what if they say they can't fix it? But even if they fix it, you spend a couple of grand, you get it back, and you got to put everything back into it. And if you do that, you might as well put new rings and bearings and stuff and just do a rebuild. But I don't know. I got a couple of people bitching at me. No, you should just put a new radiator and throw sealant in it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I put another radiator in here. I'm never going to put sealant in it again. Screw that. I don't care. That's where you see all these, even on the bottom, it may or may not work. Some people have that luck that it works, and I don't doubt that. There's probably 50 testimonies about people that says, hey, how great it worked. But I guarantee you there's 10 to 20 that tell you it didn't work worth a shit. I put 3 different types in this damn engine alone, and none of them have touched it. The only thing that I haven't put in it is the new stuff steel, which guarantees, money back. But all them guarantees, you got to take it to a mechanic and have them testify and whatnot and say that it was too big or yada yada, it didn't work. It's not like you can just go back here and get your money back. Read the guarantees. And the steel is like $60 or $80 a bottle. And for my radiator, you've got to have a minimum of 2 bottles. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to keep pouring bad money after doing the same thing over with different products, expecting a different result. It's obviously that it's cracked somewhere, that it won't hit seal up. And it's a weird crack because it's not letting water in the oil in the water. It's a perfect engine that I could go out and sell to someone, but I'm not going to do that. No, I'm staying here for a week. Uh, I did say that next week, and I even told them here, and they told me if I changed my mind, let them know. But next week, um, Thursday, when I have to pay another $150, uh, depending. I mean, if we have an engine come, whatever, or something, things can change. But if nothing's happening, uh, I'm going to try and creep back to Popular Bluffs. We're talking less than 60 miles. I can make 8 to 10 miles if I let her cool completely down. So, if I did it in 3 days, uh, a run in the morning, let it cool down all day, and a run towards the evening. If I did that over 3 days, no big deal. I'm to the point now. I'm not on the interstate. I'm back on the back road. Well, I call them back roads. Some of them are literally back roads, and it scares me to try and do this because there's a lot of spots you can't pull off. And then I get fucked because they're going to call a tow truck and it's going to be impounded, and I'm not going to have a rig. That's the only bad thing, and I didn't think about that to now, but that's the only bad thing about trying to make it. It may get to where I completely blow it because I can't pull over nowhere. I'm definitely won't pull over where it's going to definitely get towed because I'm blocking traffic. I'd have to drive it to I could safely pull off. So I'll have to do some thinking on that now that I'm thinking on it. But yeah, I'm in a good spot. I just told y'all how much it was. Oh, okay, the one about the mechanic. Let me try and catch up on messages real quick. I appreciate you, Sean. You know that. Like I said yesterday, if I could get all 3,000 plus, hey, I'm over 3,000. If I could get all 3,000 plus subscribers to send $1, yay! I could go get a U-Haul, could go get the engine and everything tomorrow. But Frankie sent me $1. God bless you, Frankie. And I know others will, but it's just like that went out yesterday. How many people heard it? And one person sent $1. That makes you really, yeah, I'm getting there. But I believe in the good Lord above. Okay, the story. Oh, that'd be a hell of a run for the Silverado. Oh, yeah. Seafoam ain't got nothing to do with a cracked block. Mr. Eddie, if worse comes to worse, and like I say, if I could get every supporter to send $1, if I had $3,000 to play with, I'd be headed to the local U-Haul dealer tomorrow. I'd get a U-Haul, and my ass would be headed up there. I'd pick whichever engine I wanted. If it's the one sitting on the ground with 41,000, load it up, next day, turn around, come back. If I decide it's one of the other ones in the other two RVs that he got that ain't pulled, wouldn't take me that long to pull it, a few hours, whatever, yank that sucker out and probably still be back on the road the next day. U-Hauls are cheap except the mileage. It's only like $25 a day for the truck. It's that damn 79 cents a mile that kills you. But if I had $1 from every supporter right now on YouTube, I could leave tomorrow. get a U-Haul. That would pay for the fuel, the U-Haul, and getting the engine pretty much. But hey, I don't have that. And there's no way in hell that I could get a hold of every one of them and get $1. There's not. You got some weed eating done today? Shit, I wish I was up there to help you, Mr. Eddie. Okay, the story about why I don't call myself a mechanic, even though I could rebuild this. I was working in Boulder Canyon, Colorado. Subscribers. If I said support, sorry if I misspoke. I thought I said I just hit 3,000 subscribers. Excuse me if I said the wrong word, okay? I mean, there's never been 300 up there so far as supporters. And that don't really mean that they support you. It means they liked your video. Or watching. Can I get back to my story now? Anyhow, I was in Boulder City, Utah. I went up there and was driving tow truck for a year, checking out the winter. It only took one winter to. That's not for me. Anyhow, when I first started with the company, the boss hired me, saying, "Well, I'm rebuilding this 350 here for that tow truck. That tow truck's yours, but right now, hop in mine." Go run calls. When you get your calls caught up, if you ain't got no tows, come back and help me get your truck, rebuilt, the engine rebuilt and put back in. Well, hell, I didn't get to spend 15 minutes on that engine that whole week or 10 days, whatever it was, But he had like a 5-bay garage, and the first 2 bays was the tow companies, and he rented out the backward bays. And one was to a transmission repair shop. One was to a transmission repair. And I'm out on a tow. The boss is rebuilding the engine. He knows what he's doing. He's doing a good job and all. I get a call to pick up a car and bring it to the transmission guy. So, of course, you come, you pull up in your tow truck, you park in the parking lot, and you go in and you ask the repair shop, where do you want it? They may want it back in the garage. They may want it, that's what you do. Where do you want your car? I get out of the tow truck and I walk in, hey, and there's a pair of feet, hanging out from underneath the car, a guy on a creeper. I'm like, hey, where do you want this car? And he comes rolling out from the car. And he's got a red shop rag laying on his face like this. And I said, that's a good place to take a nap, just like that. Just kind of a chuckle. Hey, that's a good place to take a nap. He takes the rag off, and he's totally blind. His eyes are fixed open, but they're just as white and shit as you could see. Oh, my gosh, this guy's blind. What the hell did I just say? I felt bad, but he didn't say nothing about it. And he says, just, yada, yada, in. I'm like, wow, man, that's something. And guys working on transmissions and blind. I took a transmission apart before. I never do it again. I respect people that rebuild transmissions. I learned engines. I'm not a transmission guy, but I do know engines. Anyhow, I drop it off and everything. And a couple of times, the next couple of days, I see him come up, and we had a snack box. Back then, you had the honor box. And, every week they'd come in and load it with potato chips and cookies and this, that, and the other. And it had a little slot, and I don't know, it was $0.25 per item or something like that. And you was trusted to take your pack of crackers or chips and put $0.25 in a box. Anyhow, he came up there, my understanding, I only seen him come up there like twice, every day to get him a snack. I mean, the boss knew him, yada, yada. I didn't know much about him. But I did, over the next couple of days, recognize him coming in, and he'd come up and get him a snack and go back down to the shop and whatnot. Well, I come in 4:30 that evening, this one evening, and the boss says, hey, man, your truck's ready. and it was parked outside. And I'm like, really? Cool. And he said, yeah, you get a call tonight, use yours. Leave mine locked up. And it needs some irons on it. And I'm like, cool, right on, great. He goes home and whatnot. It was about 7:30 of the evening, and I get a police call. And you only got 15 minutes response time. And, hey, I got to get my truck. And, I'm happy. Me and the old lady, we hopped out the truck. I started up. Man, she sounds so weak for about 6 seconds. And the oil pressure starts going like this, and the lizard starts going clatter, 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 and I shut her off. Oh, shit, what the hell's that? And to give it I'm like, what the fuck? And I started again. Man, she sounded so weak. A couple seconds. Same thing. Clatter, clatter, clatter. I shut it off. I'm like, oh shit, no, there's something definitely wrong. I called the boss. Yo, man, there's something wrong with the truck. What's it doing? I'm like, I started up, lose all pressure, clatter, clatter. I've got a police call. I'm hopping in the other truck. He said, get in the other truck. I'll use that if you have to the rest of the night. I'll get the other truck in the shop. And I'm like, cool. Well, I didn't get back to the shop first thing in the morning. I'm already out towing before he gets in. He gets in there about 8 o'clock, pulls the truck into the garage and whatnot. He has the hood open. I get in about 9:30 after my tows. And he's like, man, I just don't know what the hell's wrong with that, and this, that, and the other. And about that time, the blind guy comes walking up. And he's, yo, man, hey, come here, buddy. Tell me what the hell's wrong with this truck. I kid you not. We walk him back, because he's used to the front, but we let him back to the garage area. And he says, is the hood open? And I said, yeah. And he says, close the hood. So I shut the hood. The boss leads him over next to the tow truck where, he, against the side. He reaches out and damn near about the center of hood, puts his hand and says, start it up. I go in, I started up, the same thing. Sweet for a few seconds. Then clack, 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 oil pressure, and I shut it off. He said, did you shut it off? And I'm like, yeah. He said, okay, do that one more time. Same exact thing. You know what he said? You didn't put the bolt in the distributor. And if you know anything about the Chevy 350 and whatnot, just like the 450, it's got a slot at the end of the distributor that fits into the oil pump. And if that distributor is not all the way down, you're not going to spin that oil pump. Now, you can be in the slot at time, or you can be 180 out of time, and that backfires to the carburetor and stuff. So if when I started, what was happening, the distributor was popping up out of the oil pump and not pumping oil no more. But when you shut it off, it would fall right back in time. It never once dropped back in out of time, which would have been the puff dude, and we would have probably figured it out right then and there. But ever since a blind man did that, I'm like, man, I wouldn't make a pimple on a real mechanic's ass. That's a real mechanic. No fucking sight or nothing, just by feel and sound and whatnot. And sure enough, he didn't put the crow's foot or the bolt in the distributor. And he had it in time. She started right up, but she'd pop up and then pop back in as soon as you shut it off. That's a mechanic. Well, if you can rebuild a boat engine, the only difference in a boat engine is, if it's like an inboard outboard, now an outboard is a little different, but then again, they're not. But a regular, like a 350 boat engine, a 225 Burt Cruiser or anything, those are the same engines as in cars and trucks and stuff. The only difference is the carburetors. They've got to be marine carburetors. They got special floats and baffles. So, when you jump waves and stuff, you don't cut out and lose gas and stuff. And they have backfire flame arresters on them. That's the difference besides the exhaust manifold. The exhaust manifolds usually have water running through them instead of dry manifolds. Other than that, they're the same damn engine that's in a car or something. Inboard outboards are. Poke zone's working. What the heck is a super chat? I don't even know what that is. What's a super chat? And where do you enable super chat? What are you talking about? I'm a dummy when it comes to these things. And I can admit it, you know? Vote America. What is super chat? Is that a YouTube thing? I mean, what is that? Ten days what? I think you mentioned 10 days earlier, and I asked you, what 10 days? Earlier, when I said something about 10 days, it was about we're like 10 days through the month. I don't have very long to go to the end of the month, and if I have to try and buy something myself, boom. That's what I said 10 days about. Oh, hell no, I'm not pay. Hell, I'm trying to get an engine. Why in the world do I want to pay for super chat? Thank you for telling me what it is, but no, I'm not going to pay for no damn super chat or nothing. Oh, others pay. Oh, well, I didn't know that. Cool. Hang on. How does one enable and what is super chat on YouTube? A monetized fee? Yeah, I'm not monetized. No, I can't do a super chat. I don't have 10,000 people. Oh, and I found out about the notification. They only send out 3 notifications. Yeah. If you Google about YouTube's notification, it's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, the 10 days, 420. Okay, now I finally caught on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mind's just, I care less about 420. I really can. But I don't want to, bring anybody else down on that or whatnot. But, me, I'm going to be stuck in a fucking RV parking lot on 420. Nobody's going to see me. I'm not going to see them or nothing unless somebody happen to come by. Farthest thing from my mind's 420. But thank you. Yep, about watering the dog food time. Well, they can only do that when you have 10,000. I'm 7,000 short. And you've got to have so many hours of watch video or people watching your video. It's stupid. Hang on, I'll tell you in just a minute. Sean, thank you, sir. We now have $21 towards whatever we're going to do, another engine or anything. We now have $21, which is great. I'm not making it up. Trust me, I'm not. Man, like I said, if I could just get everybody to pitch in $1, we could do this. Sean, you made up for 19 other people. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, what was I doing now? Oh, yeah. What does it take to be monetized on YouTube? Oh, it's 1,000 subscribers. I got that. I'll be damned. Okay. Either 4,000 public long form watch hours in the past 12 months or 10 million short views in the past 90 days. I've got to have watch hours, valid public watch hours or long form of 12 Monday night. I don't even know how I find that out. They have fundraising only. Creators can ask fan funding feature. That might be what would work. You only have to have 500 subscribers and 3 public uploads in 90 days. I've done that. 3,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months, maybe, or 3 million short views. Can't have any community strikes. See, as soon as I tried to monetize, the assholes would come and try and give me strikes. So, I have no idea when I can get to the studio, which I got to do that on a regular computer. Maybe I can try. I'll try and research tomorrow how I find out how many hours of viewing and this, that, and the other. But I could have swore it said 10,000 subscribers. Well, hell, I've got the 1,000. I just don't have the watching and stuff. I don't think. No, it's not a holiday for me. My name don't mean April 20th Jim. That's what I hate. 420 was not for April 20th. Never has been. That's just like saying Christ's birthday's on the 25th. Get it right, people. 420 come about when we used to get out of school and stuff. And it was about 420 when people met up and smoked a pot. And if you was in school, it was noon or whatever, hey, it's about 420. Instead of let's go fire up a joint. It's not a one-day celebration, folks. It's not a one-day smoke thing. That's every day. Every day. My name, how many times I have to say, literally means time to get stoned, Jim. Not it's April 20th, Jim. So we see a little different on that. It's not a holiday for me or anything. My holiday is every day at 4:20 a.m. and 4:20 p.m. I'm greedy. I want one every day. At least I get 2 of them in a 24-hour period. But that's what 420 is about, or what 420 meant. But they got to turn things around to capitalize on it. Yay, that's our 420 was never April 20th. I mean, it's always been April 20th, but it was never tied into the pot shit until over the last 10 years. Well, that's cool. That's a special. That's a special 20, April 20th, Eddie. Absolutely, that's cool. I found the good engine, Sean, but I'm probably looking at needing $2,000. 1 grand for the engine and 1 grand for the U-Haul to go get it. Greg Tanner named his dog. I gave him 420. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. I read that. Then they fine comb your channel and tell you if you can do it or not. Soon as the trolls thought I was going to be monetized or were trying, they'd be reporting every damn. You know what I go against. I could make the money in 48 hours, 72 hours on TikTok. But see, the trolls can't even play fair or nothing. You know, the people would help me, just like y'all would help me. But the trolls won't even play fair. You know, they want to end the mission. And if I was to get an engine, the mission don't end. I'm happy right now. If the mission was, not that it could end, don't get me wrong. But if it ended right now, I'm happy. It ended because of a bad engine, not because of the idiot trolls. So they're not going to let me get on TikTok or anywhere else and try and build up money. Because in their stupid brains, they figure if I don't get another engine in it, well, they won. They kept me from getting an engine or whatever. You know, who knows how a deranged mind works, but that's what they think. I've been doing Stone. There you go. Yeah, I hadn't heard from Stone in a while. Hey, and you know, as soon as I find out how many hours I've got and whatnot, maybe I'll look at that into cheating and just putting your phone on and. But usually, I don't know. Usually you can't do that because it'll ask you. I mean, when you're watching movies or anything, you have to interact with it every so often. That I know. So I don't think that works. Because I didn't have the watchtowers and stuff. I don't care if you asked me a year ago. I didn't have it. And two, what happens if I find out that now I've got enough and YouTube says you can't? I read to you where it says you can't have no strikes on your account. How many times do I have to tell you? I get strikes all the time. So, yeah. Do I think tomorrow I can get a hold of YouTube or this week or whatever and they're just going to monetize me? I don't think there's a chance in hell. But, I'm willing to look into how many hours I might have. I'll apply to their program and stuff. But have you got a desktop or something I can come and use to get on that the damn thing? Because I'd not only like to apply for that program, I'd like to put Ray back on my thing, and I got to get a desktop or a regular computer to do that. Oh, the trolls are going to ruin it. Damn, I wouldn't think the egg market would be on the low. That's sad. Crosswords. I'll pray. Oh yeah, some good old fresh eggs. Oh yeah, I still got left for in the morning. Yeah, good old fresh eggs. The only reason it's tough is because I'm so screwed by the trolls. That's why it's so tough. You know what I mean? That's why it's so tough. If the trolls weren't around, or I could be treated fairly, I think in 72 hours tops, I could have a couple grand up. I mean, look with JC and the hurricane and the boat and whatnot. He got $60,000 up because the right people heard his story and a bunch of people sent him money and whatnot. If the right people heard the story about this and they had the extra money and whatnot, man, on TikTok, I'm telling you, it's nothing at all to get a couple grand. Nothing at all. You had the right people come in, and you can be there, hell, there's some that do it almost all day long and all. And JC, he still lives by the gifts and stuff. It's not just what people gift you on TikTok. You tell them about your Cash App, and boom, they hit your Cash App up. Get their name on a cabinet or something. I mean, it'd be great. Heck, shit, I just thought of something. I got to see yeah. Instead of buying a couple bottles of frickin' seal and putting here, I think I'm going to try and get a hold of the place that did my plastic cards and see what 100 of them would cost me. And I'm sure I could probably get mail here or something dropped off here. And usually it only takes a few days, so maybe I can work on getting a card made up. Kind of like my other one. I'll probably keep the picture of Jack on it, seeing as he passed away. But I'll change my picture and whatnot. This was my old one from 22. But put Jack on there and another picture of me or the Cannabago or whatever, and put 420 Jim's farewell tour. That's the important part on the back. I'm scared to put out $100 to make the damn cards, and that's $100 that I could have towards the engine, but maybe I just have to bite the bullet and do that, because I know there's a few of you that would want one of the cards. Oh, it's great that y'all keep it positive and try to. No, I'm here until next Thursday. I paid $150 to be in an RV park. They don't have restrooms and showers, but it's got water, electric, and sewer, and that's all I need. You know what I mean? I'm only going to be here a week. Now, if we start getting the money up and whatnot, maybe I'd stay here one more week, especially if I had to go get it, because it would be safe here, camera, everything here. It would be safe here for a couple of days. Because if I had to go get it and whatnot like that, I'm going to have to leave it, you know what I mean, for a day, whatever. I know me, I'd try and drive up there, get the engine, and drive back, because I wouldn't want to leave my dogs for 2 days. Oh, hey, man, if you got the right thing, then people make money left and right on TikTok. Hell, there's the train hobo, the guy's got a couple dogs, and he acts like Johnny Badass, makes sort of stuff. He makes all kinds of money. JC ain't making a killing, but when he first, he got $30,000 from that. And then, ever since, he don't get nothing like that no more. But he gets enough to buy him a cup of coffee and a sandwich maybe every day, sometimes more than that. And then he's got friends that, send him extra and stuff. He's not doing bad. He ain't like some of them that's raking in all kinds of money. Man, there ain't nothing I hate worse than coming on here saying I need help or I need money. I know what you're talking about. It just makes my skin crawl. But I've also heard from many, many people, hey, you need anything, holler. So this is my way to hollering to people, I guess, or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know, what do you mean some personal ones? Like put someone's name on it and stuff? No. Yes, Mr. Sean, you've got a card like that. Uh, because when you buy 50 or 100 of them and you only get rid of 10 or 20 of them at tops, yeah. Yeah, why would you keep doing them? You act like people just run up to buy them and stuff. No, that don't happen at all. It don't happen at all. The most I got rid of at one time was 11. And that's when the Bong Father stole them off of me. And then when he turned bad against me, cut him up on a video saying, fuck 420 Jim. I try and do that, Eddie, but doing this, I can't. Doing this, I can't. But it just irks but you would think, I mean, come on. What is it for every one of the subscribers on this channel, he said they don't all know, to chip in $1 to keep a mobile billboard fighting for their rights? I mean, it's not like I'm asking money for nothing like these people on TikTok and stuff. I'm asking money to keep a mobile billboard on the road that I personally put in hundreds of dollars a month and a lot of work. That's the only reason I justify asking. You know what I mean? Because I donate to it and I do a hell of a lot of work every day, even if it's not engine work. What are you doing? Leave them. What you got? What you got? What are you chewing on? Huh? What are you chewing on? What are you chewing on? Get that out of there. You don't need to be chewing on a rock. You don't need to be chewing on a rock. You rockhead. Are you a rockhead? Are you a rockhead? Are you a little rockhead? Mm-hmm. Are you a little rockhead? No? You chewing on a rock? I heard it crunching on your teeth. Yeah, you good baby. Yeah, I'll get you. Hey, let me get these guys their water, food here in a second. Well, I used to do them for the $20. You know, they cost me 4 or 5, I forget. They're not stupid expensive, but you know, they cost me like $4 a piece to make or something like that. Maybe not quite that much. I forget, honestly. But yeah, I had trouble getting rid of them. I thought they'd go like that, you know, especially with you know, and no one. Matter of fact, when Will's the only person that I've talked to that's actually had a chance and he didn't do it. He thought about it, but he didn't do it. That would have been one hell of a fucking video to have. I don't know if y'all remember that when we was talking about on here, and he got pulled over and whatnot, was telling about it and said, I almost handed him your card. Damn it, why didn't you? I've gotten not an engine before, I've gotten 2 engines before. But the first engine, one person donated $500 on. Yeah, so it depends, you know. But yes, I've actually had 2 engines pretty much Not all the way donated. I've got a couple hundred on each one of them in. But without the help of others, my couple hundred wasn't shit, you know what I mean? But it's real doable, especially if I was on TikTok. Well, I appreciate that. Oh, they're just something I made. There's nowhere in the world you can get this card unless you got it from me. And it just said the 420 Gym 2022 tour. That's all. Nothing special. On the back, you're supposed to hand it to a cop if you get pulled over. Officer, why have you stopped me? Officer, am I free to go? You cannot search my vehicle or my person at any time without a warrant. I declare all of my rights at this time, including my religious rights. And that one right there at the end will get you out of any marijuana charge you've got. But you got to tell that officer you're religious. And the best way to do it, I keep it right there in my license. Here you go, officer. What are they going to say? You got it on their body cam and whatnot, that you handed it to them. It's up to them to look at it. Right on the back is officer, read. Now, whether anyone would have the balls like me to hand it to a cop, I don't know, but that's what it was made for. What an idiot. Pokemon cards. Oh, no. Sorry about that. Yep, Mr. Tanner, I know you've got one. I think Frankie's got one. I think Will's got one. Hey, let me take care of the dogs real quick. Talk amongst yourselves if you'd like. What's up, babies? Dogs, you're going to have to start pitching in and cleaning house. I'm getting tired of cleaning house every day. If we could only teach them to do that. Look. 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 I've almost got them away from the water in the dog food. They're starting to eat it and like it dry. I just started putting less and less and less in. Oh, another thing today, and why it's good being here, is I get Walmart delivery. I had my first delivery here. I went and ordered me some food instead of just the dog's food this time. And actually, they delivered beer. All I had to do was show the ID. I wondered if they did or not. And that's why I'm drinking, 12 bucks or 11 something per 12 pack. Hell, sodas are more than $1 a can. So, I mean, I didn't buy the $27 Corona or nothing, but I did buy a 12 pack of Natural Uplight. Nah, it is and it's not, Snaps. I think we need an engine. Um, I'm safely parked for a week in an RV park. Um, I went ahead and broke down, paid that, to try and see what we can do. And that's where we're at right now. Hey, Rhonda, what happened to y'all? I thought I pissed y'all off or something. How you been? Is everything okay? Was it something I said or something? I was still in Popular Bluffs until just last week. Um, I moved out to where the truck repair was, and I was out there for like 10 days. I didn't get to leave town like I was going to. Never heard from you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Was that a belch? Oh my gosh. I thought you was a doggy. I didn't know you was a little piggy. She's rooting her nose in the couch and belching. Am I talking about you? Am I talking about you? Huh? Was I? Where'd you go, girl? Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, hell, this is closer. Oh, shucks, I ain't used that in so long. It's clogged up. Huh, finally. This was the sativa and flip it to the hybrid. I've had this for a couple of months now. Um, actually, gas was the cheapest I paid in a couple of weeks today. It was $3.89. I've been paying $3.99. Uh, I don't know if it's just a cheaper gas in this town or whatever. But I know when I was in Popular Bluffs and stuff like that, I was paying $3.99. Um, Boom! All of a sudden today, I got gas for $3.89. I thought maybe it's coming down, so but I could be wrong. I don't know where Will or Rhonda is. I asked a question and boom, Rhonda went off. So I don't know. Will, he comes and goes. I don't know. Um, I figure I'd said or done something wrong to Rhonda and them. I guess I don't know. Didn't mean to. I felt bad because I told them that they was going to bring some people by to meet me the next day or whatever, and I told them I was trying to, going to get out of town. And that was the last I remember hearing from them. So I don't know. I get tired of guessing people. Pretty woman. Yeah, and I don't get the bone here. I almost hear them. If I was a couple miles closer, I would hear them. But hey, them engines, the three engines, you probably didn't know this, Mr. John, but that's the person. The person that you sent me on Facebook, he's a railroad worker, whatnot. That's the one that called me. So it was actually you searching that got me that number for that guy or whatnot. So you found them engines. I thought that it was fake and whatnot because I didn't hear back from the guy. And Will told me that he couldn't find the ad no more or nothing. And lo and behold, the phone rang. And they called me. And Danny said, "No, I work the railroad, and I got to be careful when I use my phone and this, that, the other." And I'm like, "Cool, thank you." Oh, Margaret, her name's Lilu, and she's just a little over 4 years old. And she's the mama to the other two pups. They're just now a year old. Huh, babies? Mwah. She's a Karen Terrier. Hey, well, thank you, my friend. Anything helps. Well, thank you, Vote America. I appreciate it, and if you can get it to work, cool. I'll let everybody know, just like I have always done. You know, um, I'm gonna do a GoFundMe and set the goal for 2 grand, a grand for the engine, and a grand to go get it, or 1,500 for an engine, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna set a goal of 2 grand and see if we can hit it. You know. Um, Meanwhile, maybe somebody will come up with transportation cheaper. But I got to start doing something. And I always let people when we got enough. You know what I mean? It's not to make money or nothing like that. When I feel we've got enough to pay for the engine and to pay for putting it in and you picking it up and whatnot, I will say, hey, folks, we got enough. I've always done that with a tire, fuel, whatever. Hey, folks, we got enough. You know, and like I say, anything is really, really appreciated. I know it's tough times, but I need people to find in their heart to send at least $1. I know it's tough times, but what's $1 to have somebody traveling around the country fighting for your rights to cannabis? You know what I mean? Don't smoke a joint for a day. Take that $2 or $3 and instead of going to the dispensary and paying $8 for a joint or something, send it one time. You know what I mean? Because it does take a lot to travel around and fight for our rights, do these lives, talk to people. Giving out little Jesus is just a bonus, you know. But I can't afford to buy any more little Jesuses when I'm out, you know. But once we get the engine in, them signatures will definitely go up. And you see, if I'm not on the road, they don't go up very far and very fast. So if y'all want this petition to work, we're going to have to get the Cannabago back on the road. When it's not parked and out and seeing people and whatnot, you got to admit we get signatures. We don't get a super lot of them, but we do get signatures. Oh yeah. Oh, I know you are, Mr. John. I know you're trying to help. Yeah, he sounds pretty honest, and you don't know, but you know what? You can't hold that against someone. And I've got 3 different engines to choose from. You know, um, yeah. So the two that are in motorhomes, you'll be able to look at the odometer and whatnot and see how many miles are on it. Um, but he did sound really honest and everything when I talked to him. But so did the lady that I got. But there's people saying, "Hey, you're judging her. Maybe she didn't know, and maybe she didn't." You know, but I trusted her and all, didn't I? But you can bet if I was to go all the way there, I would go live on my YouTube and all while I was there and say, hey, yada, 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 yada. And y'all would know everything that I know. You know what I mean? And if that guy wants to lie and whatnot, I'll tell him, by gosh, well, I've already told him about the problem we've had with this one and just buying it. And he's like, well, you could ask anybody around here. I'm yada yada and yada yada. Well, he wouldn't like me showing back up there saying, hey, he sold me a blown engine. You know what I mean? That's why I'm super pissed at Sam's Towing. I told them what AAA did to me. And they told me, oh, we're nothing like AAA. We wouldn't do that to you. And they did the same exact fucking thing. So, but I won't be as forgiving next time on an engine. I will let them know, hey, this means a lot to a lot of people that chipped in money. And the only way that they're going to let me buy this engine is, hey, it better be what you say it is. Or I'm going to be right back in your town letting everybody know I'm stranded here until you do something. And if they don't want to sell it to me, fine. But I can't be too scared to go get another engine just because somebody got me with one. And I dare any one of y'all to say that y'all, well, you can say it, but right now I could start this engine. Somebody could come here and I can say, hey, I got this engine for sale. Yeah. They could start this engine right now and sit here and run it for 5 minutes or better. And just say, man, I'll take it. You know? It's just that type of engine that you could fuck with people, They knew what they were doing. That's why I say that it was done that way, and I could be totally wrong. And hey, it could be a guy doing that too. But he tells me he's got a nice farm, a skid steer, his race cars and stuff. Kind of sounds like, in a way, where I got the first engine. I go out there, the guy's got a big old shop. He's got a rat rod he's building and stuff, and he don't have a skid steer, but he's got a tractor with a bucket on it, and kind of sounds like where I got my first engine. Ah, blind melon, I like that. Oh, no, thank you, Margaret, but you got that wrong. It's so nice the good Lord put them in my hands and gave me not one but 3 angels to watch for me, especially seeing as I lost Jack. Yep. What are you doing? I want to see Greg Tanner either on the way down or on the way out of Florida. Yes, I'd love to. Hey, Margaret, y'all have a wonderful night. I'm so sorry about your Jeep. Thomas, I'm doing all right. Oh, gosh, I can't believe it's been 2 hours and 13 minutes already. Jeez. Time flies when you're having fun. Thank you, my friends. Oh, gosh, now I got tired. I seen the time. Move me. I had to go back to smoking the. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Hang on a minute. Hell to the no. Not just no, but hell to the no. Ah. Hell to the no. It's bubbler time. Oh, yeah. I missed that. That's almost as good as a power hitter. which I don't have enough smoke to be doing the power hitter. That's almost as good as a power hitter. Woo! I forgot shit. It's going to be a while before I go out of state, I reckon, so I will use the bubbler again. Oh, goodness sakes. Woo! I get her fixed up and get close to the Tennessee border, I'll clean it again. Meanwhile, I'm going to use it. Woo! That was good. Whew, that was worth waiting for. Oh, make it 3 hours? Oh, I don't know. What, we're at 2 hours and 16 minutes? Oh, I don't know if I can go another 40. I'm not, no promises. No promises. Maybe tomorrow, Friday, but probably not tonight. As soon as I seen it was over to, I'm like, damn, and I've been drinking a few beers. Actually, I think this is my third one. I know it is. Because I know I'm not driving nowhere this week or anything, And I figured, you know what? 11 something for a 12 pack, that's cheaper than soda. Yeah, I think I'll get one. And a lot of it had to do with whether they'd even delivered or not. I did have to show the driver my ID, but that's cool. I respect that. Oh, I've got some good old hillbilly Kush roaches to put in that. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I ought to dig one or two out to put in it. But shit, that might really screw me up. Um, right now, I can't use Western Union because I have no way to get there. I don't even know where a close Western Union is to me. Um, I just thought of something. I used to do Walmart to Walmart. I can't do Walmart to Walmart no more. Isn't that something? uh, if I had a way to get to a Western Union, yeah, I mean, I've done Western Union before and stuff. I just, I'd have to find a way to it. I mean, I can drive this 3 or 4 miles, and if Walmart didn't deliver, that's exactly what I was going to do. I'd just, drive it to a store and go do my shopping and wait a couple hours and drive it back. I can get 4, 5, maybe 6 miles without it really getting hot. Early morning, I can get 8 or 10 miles. Everything's cold and cool. Like when I came over here this morning, it was actually not early morning when I came over, but it was cool enough that I made it almost 7 miles from where I was at to here, and she didn't even hit 190 yet. So that's why I'm saying if next week I ain't got nothing going, I may try to go towards Popular Bluff, except I'm second guessing that now because there's a lot of roads you have nowhere to pull off. And if she got hot on the interstate, I just pull over wherever I'm at. You can't do that on these 2-lane roads. They could be where it actually shut itself down or something before I could pull over. And then I got to worry about it being impounded, because I break down on a two-lane. They're not going to. It's not going to be there that long. The cops are going to be there, and then the tow truck, and I'd be screwed. So I really got to think about that. I'd probably be better off just not even thinking about going to proper bus on this engine. If it was interstate travel, I'd do it. But the two-lane, because I came that way here, and there's lots of space. A couple miles, that there's no pull-offs. There's no shoulder to pull off whatsoever. I'm thinking, damn, I'd hate to break down out here. There's no shoulders. That's what sucks. Oh, today is Friday. Did I lose today? Damn, I lost today. I'm sorry. Thank you. I lost today. For some reason, I think it was Thursday. Okay, we'll go for 3 hours. See it is Friday. Let me find a roach in here. Shit, I've almost smoked all my roaches. Ooh, there be one. Yeah, I bet it is working great. I've got one. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, thank you, Margaret. And yeah, everything's going to work out. And the good Lord's got my back. He does. Um, he does. Just watch. When them trolls made that stupid video last night, I knew things were going to change. And hell, I'm not sitting in a Tennessee rest area, am I? I'm sitting in an RV park, and I got water, sewer, electric, Walmart delivery. I got everything except what I want, being on the road. uh, Getting people to sign the damn petition. Hell, it'd be sweet as hell if we could get something done within 10 days, and I could go somewhere, and do a big 420 thing with. That'd be wonderful. And it's not out of the question. It's not out of the question. If a miracle happened and I had the money to by Monday, fuck, go get it Saturday, Sunday, or well, it'd be hard to get the money by tomorrow, I'm sure, but not impossible if the good Lord wanted it to happen. But you know what I'm saying? It only takes a day to go get it and a day to come back at most. I could probably do it both in the same day, no big deal. Um, and shit, I'll put some bitch in and out in a day, you know? Just line up a tow truck. It don't take that long to put an engine in and out. It's a heck of a lot easier to put this engine in and out than it is to do the head work that I did. That is 10 times the amount of work. It's weird, but it is. To do a head job on these is 10 times the work as pulling the engine out and putting another one in. Was who's smoking drugs? The only thing I smoke, my friend, is cannabis. And if you want to call it a drug, yeah, like alcohol, tobacco, or caffeine, maybe. But to call it a narcotic is stupid. I really don't call it a drug. I can breathe real hard in and out, squat down, exhale all the way down, and stand up. Your ass is going to boom fall. That's exactly how a head rush smoking pot feels. You get a little lightheaded, like you're deprived of oxygen or something. When they going to outlaw that shit, you ain't never did that as a kid and whatnot, do the hyperventilating stuff. We used to do that and get a shotgun. Oh, guaranteed you were out. Boop! Out like a light. You feel a dizziness or an euphoria off that? The people will call that a drug? No. I don't do, well, I did drugs in the past. I don't do drugs anymore. Yeah. I remember my uh, very first news story done on me was April 20th. Yep, the very first news story was done on Four Quarter News, and that was April 20th of 2014. Anybody remember that or care to see that? Huh. Well, why? Well, I didn't call you stupid. I think people that think cannabis is a drug is wrong, but it's a God given herb. To be a drug, man makes it. You can die from drugs that man makes. You don't die from cannabis. But I didn't call you stupid. Well, okay, you're going by being told. Okay, no, it's not an addictive drug. Take it from a stoner, 420 Jim. Alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine is 100 times more addictive than cannabis. 100 times more. Alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine have killed millions of people. Cannabis has killed zero. So you want to come on here talking your shit, and if you're not stupid, you need to get an education if you want to be on my channel. Because you're talking very stupid because of things people tell you. Hopefully you hang out and you learn something. Do you know that every car in the world can run on hemp fuel? It's not always about smoking pot. The government don't care that you smoke no damn pot. They don't want the hemp. That's why they're banning hemp again. Hemp fuel, hemp paper, hemp clothing, hemp food, hemp medicine. It's the most beneficial plant on earth. If it makes you happy to call it a drug, do it. But just like I say, even the president of the United frickin' States, if he was to say cannabis is bad, he's uneducated or a liar. And that's anyone, you included. Oh, I just told you that addictive drugs, snaps, alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine. But then again, he don't talk about the other ones like cheeseburgers, tacos, and shit. People have addictions to a lot of shit that kills them. Cannabis don't kill no one, so I see your point. You know, what is addicted drugs? Oh, I like that song. I like that song. Sure, I can quit at any time. Sure, I've done it many, many a time. When I drove school bus, I wanted to drive school bus. You think I smoke pot? Hell no, you're stupid if you do. You drug tested and all. But I wanted to drive school bus. So I quit smoking pot like that. 30 days later, I went down, pissed, took my drive ticket, got my fingerprints and shit, you know, to make sure you're not some pervert. And I drove a school bus for a year. Hell, when I worked at Carnival, you can't be, because if somebody gets hurt, you got to test, piss test, right? Yeah. Well, hell, you could have smoked a joint a week before you even run that ride, and you're going to come up dirty. So, yes, absolutely. Cannabis is the easiest thing I ever quit in my life. But you're talking to someone that's got a strong head, a strong mind, a strong will, because I walked away from alcohol. I haven't smoked tobacco in many a year, and I walked away from cocaine over 20 years ago. And I was a 20-year user of cocaine. Yeah, the easiest thing I've ever walked away from is cannabis. Quit going by what people tell you. Help me. Professor's still in my magic bag. Oh, yeah. Well, see, that's why I like doing this and why I like talking to people. They ain't nothing like walking up to a cop, him talking to you and whatnot, and you saying, hey, officer, you know Henry Ford built a hemp car? And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, he made a hemp car and it run on hemp fuel. Oh, you're bullshitting me. Henry Ford hemp car. There it freaking is. Another one I like doing is this. Of course, now he's given us a couple of different answers. A week ago, it said it right off, and then it said a computer that it's a theory. Let's see what it says tonight. What was Abraham Lincoln's two favorite things to do on his front porch? Abraham Lincoln loved sitting on the front porch smoking a pipe full of sweet hemp and playing the harmonica. Yeah, yep. George Washington and Thomas Jefferson traded seeds. Everybody grew pot for food, for medicine, for clothing and stuff until William Randolph Hearst named it marijuana and scared the world by saying, them filthy Mexicans brought the marijuana. They gave it to the blacks. They're raping the white women. They like that ding dong. They go back and ain't rape. Oh, my God, reefer medicine. Sky's falling. I got one question to that stupid bullshit there, which is called yellow journalism. Trump yells, fake news. It's yellow journalism. One problem with that whole freaking scenario that the filthy Mexican brought it to the black. There's one problem with that. Who the hell brought it to Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, and George Washington? The aliens? What do you mean the Mexicans? It's always been here. Marijuana is a totally different plant. It's spelt with an H, not a J. If one gets a little education, you're right. People need to really be educated, but a lot of people don't want to listen to the truth. Oh, they ain't nothing to be sorry about, and I hope you come and you learn, and you know, that's what it's all about. It's great when people have open minds and look and seek the truth and find the truth. That's what it's all about. I mean, if you've been lied to about it and whatnot, and you come and do your own research. I'm not asking you just believe what I tell you. Everything I tell you, you can research, though, and you'll find it's absolute truth. I did do cocaine for 20 years. Oh, I smoked it. I snorted it. Hell yeah. That's one year younger. I was born in '58. In '59, your dad's when '58 I was born. I was a year old when he told you he smoked pot. Yep, I did say I did cocaine, and I don't care that you asked me if I smoked it or anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I smoked it. I snorted it, and actually intravenous one time. And I don't like needles or nothing. And that's probably why I never did heroin or nothing. But shit, it'd been, on coke for months, and all of a sudden nobody had nothing. And one friend, he had a little powder, and this was in Key West, and we're on his boat, and we're in like a little channel. There's land on that side and land on that side that nobody's on or anything. There's no buildings there or nothing. You know what I mean? It's just like swamp land on each side, bush and stuff. I'll never forget it, and I'd never do it again. Oh, that's just woo. He stuck that needle in my arm. As soon as he pulled that out, you talk about paranoid and shit. I thought that they were cops hiding in the fucking bushes, getting ready to just jump on the boat and get us and shit. Yeah, that wasn't no fun at all. I don't see how people like shooting that shit up. Well, hemp is basically the same as marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it. It's just it don't have a lot of THC in it. All cannabis, every bit of cannabis grown is basically hemp, unless you heat it up. Then it becomes THC, but you have to decarb it first. Otherwise, every plant is basically a hemp plant. You're not going to get high from it until it's decarb. You can eat that whole damn plant and you ain't gonna get high from it. But we've all been lied to since William Randolph Hearst um, named it marijuana. And you know what gets me the most? How come nobody asks the same question that I do? Big side on this. Don't you find it kind of funny that cannabis to this day, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, hemp flower and all, right now, this very present second and day, federal law, it's a Scheduled 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. That was declared in 1970 by old Richard Dick Nixon himself. Okay? Key word, no medical value. Other one was hallucinogenic. Man, I smoked the best pot there is, and I never hallucinated unless it was dipped in PCP or something else that somebody put on it. That's a flat out lie that it's a hallucinogenic. Just like it's a flat out lie by our government that it has no medical value. And they've done it. But here's my thing. Why in the world don't people get just fucking mad and sign this petition and say, hey, Trump and Congress, 420 Jim's going to come there. And he wants to know why the hell you have kept it a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value when there's a medical patent on it. Do you know that there's actually a medical patent on marijuana there, big slicker? I can't see the last word. I don't want to disrespect you. Did you know that there's a medical patent on it that came out in 1971? Yeah, what's this? Who owns the medical patent on marijuana? Surely not our government. Nah. They're the ones that the year before declared it had no medical value. Oh my gosh, look at that. The Department of Human Services. You see that? The United States government owns it. It's 6630507. A patent's only supposed to last 8 years. This one's lasted since 1971. Am I the only one that's pissed that since 1971 they've owned the medical patent while putting people in jail and stuff, knowing it's got medical? They own the freaking patent on it, but yet they let it just stay as a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value? That just pisses me the fuck off, and that's why I don't understand why people don't want to sign this petition. Oh, let it go to class 3. It's good. Yeah. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's just another way of the government screwing everybody. I'm glad you decided to talk me into staying for 3 hours, John, because I like talking with this one. Tell you what, since a million is bud without seeds. They yank the male. It never gets pollinated or feminized or whatever. But one thing about cannabis can morphodite. Cannabis can actually morphodite and be a morphodite plant. It can be a female and turn to male or vice versa or whatever, I think. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that cannabis can be a morphodite. Can cannabis be a morphodite plant? Yes. Yeah, yes. Yes. And I never, I mean, that's it. I studied a long time ago. A long time ago. No, it don't kill brain cells. Oh, come on now. You got to know Willie Nelson, Snoop Dogg. Look at my old ass. I'm smart enough to know that they're just lying to everybody about cannabis, so I don't think I've lost all my brain cells. And shit, just like Willie Nelson, Snoop Dogg, and stuff, if you was to cut me, I'd probably bleed THC. Morbid to do that one I didn't know, but I remember studying years back where it could actually morphodite. It's cool remembering things like that, like Henry Ford's hemp car, Abe Lincoln, all the stuff that just over the years that I've known and I've learned. Doggone it, I got to make it another 13 minutes. Oh, you learn from it. Hey, that's a good way to learn. That's a good way to learn, I guess. I wonder if it'd tell you about Henry Ford making fuel. There's another. How many acres did Henry Ford use for hemp fuel? They say there's no specific acreage. But there is. But it's 1 acre makes 300 gallons of burnable fuel. And when we burn hemp fuel, it comes back to the world as fertilizer instead of acid rain. But see, they have everybody believing that's fossil fuel. One question. The earth has layers and crust and stuff, and all the fossils are only so deep. There's never been any fossils found beyond a certain depth. Do we know that? Yes. How come they're digging and pumping fossil fuel 3, 4, and 5 times deeper than any fossil has ever been found? Don't think it's fossil fuel. I think that's the bullshit stuff that they come up with that, oh, that was where dinosaurs. I don't think so. But we can all think what we want to think. But it's kind of funny that they're out there pumping oil 5 times deeper than any fossil has ever been found. That's kind of funny if it's fossil fuel. Well, thank you, John. Tricky, dangerous, and not worth it, though. What's that, Mr. Stone? What's tricky, dangerous, and not worth it? You lost me on that. Tricky, dangerous, and not worth it. Hemp ain't shit. Nobody wants to smoke hemp. Hemp won't get you high as much as you want to smoke. You got to get off the hemp thing. The female plant, the bud, the real cannabis, that's what you're talking about or trying to talk about. And you're going to find out next year that there's going to be a lot more medical smokers and stuff than there are recreational because they're going to take recreational away. They want to get that money from everybody and make them buy a card. I want any one of you to name one other medicine that you must buy a card for. Every other medicine in the world that I know of, you pay the doctor and he writes you a prescription. Medical cannabis, you got to buy a medical card to have. You got to have that card and everything. Sounds like a bunch of money grubbing thieves like our government. And I just go back to the Constitution, sir, where it says no man shall write any law that governs my religious belief. And mine isn't an off the wall belief. My belief is what this country was founded on, so they say, Christianity. So, out of their own Bible. But you look in the Hebrew Bible, it tells you cannabosum. Here, let me show you another fact. You think cannabis is such a drug. You keep calling it hemp. That's the part that don't get you high. That's basically a male ditchweed plant. We're talking about your good cannabis. You know what I mean? Um, damn it. I forgot what I was talking about. I looked down here and I shouldn't have done that. What was I just going to look up? Damn it, it was good too. Oh well. It might come back to me, it might not. An officer got arrested for trafficking contraband in jail. There you go. You can't even keep drugs out of the freaking jails. The war on drugs is the most stupidest war to ever be declared. Yeah. Yeah, hemp won't get you stoned. You need a THC, a higher producing THC plant. And then, like I say, you got to either smoke it, heat it up in the butter, whatever. It's got to be decarbed at first. No matter what, you will not get high from it. But yes, please quit calling it a drug. It just, there's a difference. You know why alcohol is a drug? You can't go to the grape and get drunk. Man has to process it, right? It's got to be fermented and yada yada, put your sugar, the yeast, whatever. Man has to process it. You follow me? Therefore, you can die from it. You know? Tobacco. Tobacco in itself is really not that super bad for you. Any smoke you put in your lungs is bad, yes. But they can legally put up to 200 chemicals. There's 200 chemicals, including, the nicotine stuff. There's 200 chemicals that they're allowed to put in tobacco. Why? Better yet, everybody's worried about bombs and stuff going off everywhere, but they don't care about the freaking chemtrails and shit in the sky. All that poison they're spraying and all. People don't care about Epstein Island and all the pedophilia and all that went on, but yet they want to put people that smoke pot in jail. How freaking retarded is our government? Oh, Man, I drove tow truck 13 years. I've never been to a cannabis accident. I was in alcohol related accidents and shit every other day. Shit, caffeine, way more addictive. Way more addictive than cannabis. You take a coffee away from some people, man, they go out ape shit crazy. Same with alcohol. Take that away from the alcoholic. Boy, they get the shakes and see that. You take pot away from someone, they're going to miss it. They're going to want to get stoned, but it ain't going to put them in the shakes or anything like that. Man, oh, that was the point. Man makes alcohol, therefore you can die from it. You know you can't go to the cocaine plant or the poppy plant and get high. Nope, you can't do it. Cocaine, you might get numbness of your jaws and stuff, but you don't get the high off it. Why? It's processed by man. They press it, they put gasoline to get it, and all kinds of shit. Go check out how cocaine and heroin stuff is processed. Once man processes it, then it's not really from God. That's a drug. I tell you straight up, that's a drug. Why? Because man processed it. They used butane or whatever to get the oils out. Unless it was done by heat press, that would be natural. They grow a lot of this cannabis and chemicals and with genetically modified seeds, so they're taking it away from God. But God makes the weed. You can't overdose on it. It's never killed no one or nothing. But yet, if man processes and makes it, I agree, it's a drug. Even baby aspirin. You take too many of them, you're going to die. Cannabis, mushroom, you ain't going to die. Why would they say that? That is just stupid. Why does who call it Mary Jane? Why do they call cannabis has got lots of slangs. Mary Jane, weed, reefer, marijuana in the Hebrew Bible. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Watch this. Now I remember what I was going to show you. It comes to me. Watch this. Marijuana. Okay, we use their word. Marijuana and the anointing oil. Oh no, 420 Jim, you don't actually think that pot was in the anointing oil, do you? Yep, I know it was. It's called cannabosum, not marijuana, not cannabis. The Hebrew Bible was wrote way before the King James. It's been revised. But go look it up for yourself. It costs 250 shekels. Yeah, there's that too. Beer, weed, and girls. Chicken, pot, pie. My three favorite things: chicken, pot, and pie. Yeah, Mary Jane sounds like marijuana, and yeah, it's just a slang term. Right on, Vote America. Yay! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya. 3 hours. Bonfire right now. There you go. uh, hell, I gotta hit the It's not the first time. It may be the first time y'all tuned in, but I've done a 3-hour one before. Not very often, but I bet if you go down my lives, there's at least one or two. I don't think I'm happy. Yeah, I don't remember. We may have done one 3 hours or plus. But hey, I'm glad you suggested 3 hours tonight because the one come in at, whether he's honestly asking questions or if he's just, you know, being funny asking questions, it don't matter. I get to answer them and stuff. You know what I mean? Um, Hopefully he takes everything and gets educated from it. Why is that any of your mucking business? The stupid things people ask. But I guess one could say in my mobile billboard, I'm sitting in my living room. You know, it's a mobile billboard. Hey, I got off the can, didn't I? Shit, I forgot all about, Hell, I'm not crossing the line anyway soon, so hell yeah, I'm going back on the bubbler. I still got enough to clean it out one more time. Well, my friends, it is about that time though. Um, it's what? Yeah, close to my bedtime. It is my bedtime. I'm old. Good thing it was Friday and y'all reminded me because I was getting ready to go a little while ago. I thought tomorrow was Friday, but you're absolutely right because I got to be out of here Thursday. It was my last night, so I have to be out of here Friday morning. Um, or pay another week, whichever. Um, oh goodness. Hopefully, those that are here has signed the petition. You can do that at the QR or the link pinned down below, 420gym.com. I would appreciate it very much if you people would sign it and share it. If you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, that helps the algorithm and pushes this out. We need to get that done too, if you would, please. And if you can help, even with $1 towards the new engine stuff, that would help gratefully too. I do these lives at noon and 7 p.m. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise daily. So please join me then. If we have any last questions, comments, or concerns, now is the time to post it because I'm going to hit and run. Oh, no, I ain't. Give me a second. I got to do something first. Got to do something first. Hey, good afternoon. Oh, goodness sakes. Goodness sakes. Got to do another hit. We got to do another hit. Oh, why ain't she working?
Drop that wobble beat, cousin. I like the way she wobbles when she walk down the dirt road. Booty jiggling like jelly on a hot biscuit load. Wobble, wobble, shake it left, shake it right. Girl, you got that country thunder, make my overalls tight. I like the way
Thank
she
you, Crossword.
wobbles in them daisy dukes. Dropping it low like she churning butter, no disputes. Wobble, baby, wobble all night long. Hillbilly style, getting wild to this redneck song. Down at the honky tonk, sipping moonshine from a jar. She roll up in her pickup, revving like a NASCAR star. Cowboy hat tilted, freckles on her cheeks so fine. But when she hit the dance floor, all that behind the vine. She wobble to the left, wobble to the right, like a tractor trailer hauling hay on a Friday night. I ain't no city slicker, I'm a backwoods kind of guy. But she got me hollering, yeehaw, about to touch the sky. Got cornbread thighs and gravy in her hips. When she drops it low, my jaw just flips. Wobble, wobble, boom. Boom. Screw, screw. Banjo plug. Cat, cat, boom. Boom. Y'all feel that bass. Wobble on it.
Thank you, John. I've got internet here.
Making all the fellas jealous, heading off alone. Wobble, wobble, drop it down, pick it up slow. Girl, you find her that fried chicken at the county fair. I like the way she wobbles wobbles like a fishing bobber. Got me hooked like catfish, ain't no way I'm sober. Wobble, baby, wobble till the cows come home. This hillbilly rap got the whole holler on the phone. She ain't no skinny minnie, she stick like molasses sweet. Wobbling through the mud in her bare feet. I pull up on my four-wheeler, mud tire spinning wild. She wink and say, boy, come get this country child. We line dance to the beat, but she break it down low. Wobble so hard, make the pigs in the pen go. From the trailer to the hayloft, we bouncing all night. Her wobble got more shake than a dog in a fight. Uncle Jed on the fiddle, but I'm spitting this flow. Hillbilly gangster letting everybody know. I like the way she wobbles. Drop that. Get. Drop that. Wobble, 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 wobble. Boom, boom. Wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. I like the way she wobbles. Boom, boom. Drop that beat. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
All righty, my friends. Like I said, peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand, and if we try, we can all get along. The dogs love you, I love you, but most of all, Jesus loves you. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I hope to catch up with everybody tomorrow. Good night, my friends. Well, it let me go. Jesus loves you.